What will I choose though? FedEx Pokemon Omega Ruby Pairlocke Prologue. There once was a pond of magical energy. It brought life to the world, but then an evil droplet sought to invade it. It succeeded, and many droplets followed. It was presented by Game Freak apparently, and it was the end of the world as we knew it. And then there was a Latias or a Latios, I can never remember which one it is, and it flew around the world seeking vengeance on the invaded pond. And then there was a girl on a bike who had no idea what was going on, but the Latios saw her, and it hungered for her blood. But then she thought of a Pokeball, and a camel fire thing, and a shark shooting lasers, and a fiery demon, and a chicken, and a Christmas tree thing, and a guy with glasses, and paintings, and Steven. And all of the things were Omega. Well, that was an interesting start. Hello, welcome to my Pokemon Ruby Pairlocke, as it says on the title. Now, what is a Pairlocke? If you want to know that, watch my other video. Gosh. So, I have never filmed a DS before, and let me tell you something, it is bloody awkward. But I'll get into that in a sec. First, we've got Professor Birch being all retro with his little Azurill. And then, oh, we're playing a game within a game. How mental is that? And we're in some kind of moving truck. Of course, not gonna lie, first time I saw this, I was like, yes! Oh my god, this is so good. And it still is. There's another Azurill. The Azurils have taken over the world. I do apologise. And we've got a Larion as well. This is basically just a plodding exposition telling everybody that Pokemon exist and you should just play it. It's so good. Such a very good game. The essence of both my childhood and unfortunately my adulthood as well. And Tropius. First time I played through Pokemon Ruby I used the Tropius. It was terrible, but I loved it to bits. Oh, such a very good game this is. Now, as I said, I've never really filmed a bloody DS before, and it's, oh my god, I've literally spent the last 4 hours trying to set up the optimal way of recording this with my tripod, with my TV, with everything. Hang on, am I a boy or a girl? Oh, go on, Bennett, I knew there was something I forgot to check. Hold on, 1 second. Okay, this is a very, very cold night, but I'm pretty sure I'm a boy. Oh well, we'll go with that until things change. Now, what is my name? Of course, you can see from the YouTube name, my name is, of course, Frederick, and that is what I shall be called during this run-through, if I can just about manage to type it. As I said, this setup is god-awful. You really should see the way I've got it set up at the moment. It's so hot. It's the hodgiest of podges. It is that hodgepodge. It is so amateur. But as you can see, it works. If it works, don't fix it. Are you ready? Darn tootin', I'm ready. Omega Ruby. There's so much hype behind this game, you have no idea. And to be honest, I'm going to say something right here, right now, that's going to ruffle a few feathers. It's going to ruffle a few feathers. A bit of foreshadowing there. I've never been the biggest fan of 3rd gen, because I stopped playing after the 2nd generation because I was too cool for Pokemon when growing up. And then obviously I went back and it's amazing. But I've got no nostalgia towards this zone. I like it, don't get me wrong, but there's no nostalgia, you know, like Johto or Kanto. Anyhoozle, here we are in Hoenn. It is indeed confirmed. And there's something shooting into the sky. What could that possibly be? Now, as I said, all this is plodding exposition. It's just the start of the game, which we've seen a billion times before. So while this is going on, and I'm busily banging A, I'm going to quickly go over what a Pairlocke is. Right. What in the description is a massive list of Pokemon, right, with a number next to them. All those Pokemon are what I consider to be Pokemon pairs. Gone through all the Pokemon in every single game, and those are the ones that are linked together through various reasons, whether it be storyline or whatnot. And the number means basically I pick a number out of a hat, and whatever the number is, I get that pair on my team. And I get a pair every 2 routes, and that is a numbered route. Like Route 2, Route 4, Route 6, no caves or anything like that, just routes. So yeah, and when one Pokemon dies, obviously that's what happens in Nuzlocke. If it faints, it's classed as dead, can't use it. but also its partner is dead as well. So yeah, 2 deaths for the price of 1. That's bargains here on my channel, bargains. And of course, we have a much better relationship with our mother than we did in Fire Red. Basically, we never spoke to that woman, not once. So the very fact that we're having conversations with this woman means we are practically just inseparable. And not only that, because this is a pairlock, we get a pair of parents. We get a dad as well. But unfortunately, he is too busy for us. He is currently working in his gym because our dad is a gym leader. How awesome is that? And we'll be fighting him, well, at some point later in the game. Assuming, of course, I don't fail this lock. Now, of course, I've got to go over to this house now and go speak to, I want to say our rival, but rival is such like a derogatory term, really. It's like, it basically shows like ambivalence, you know, like you don't really get on, but as of the 3rd generation, the person you're in a rivalry with, they made it sort of your friend, which is irritating. I want that, you know, antagonism. Sadly, we don't get it. We do get it in the form of Team Magmar, but, well, I do like a good old rival battle. Anyhoozle, here she is. This is May. And she's all like, yeah, let's go on an adventure. Ooh. Come on, let's get some trash talk. Anyway, I'm always confused by this. Look at her. Has she got psychic powers or something? She's like thinking, Ding! There we go, now she's read our mind. That is it, that is fact. May indeed has psychic powers. Who knew? Now, of course, the pairlock doesn't actually begin until I get my first pair, which, unfortunately, will only occur once I get the Pokédex, because you can only access the Pokemon Bank once you get the Pokédex, which will happen at the end of this video. So, there's literally nothing I can do. This is essentially a prologue. This is less of a part 1, more of a prologue. In fact, I might actually call it that, rather than part 1. Have I got to go this way? Ah, yes I do, of course. Now, basically this is Professor Birch, and he's being chased around by a little old Poochyena. I mean, this guy's a Pokemon professor. He works with Pokemon every single day, and he can't handle a little Poochyena? Come on, man, you're the worst Pokemon professor ever. Anyhoozle, we get to pick our starter. Ooh, choices, choices, choices. Except it is completely irrelevant which one I choose. What will I choose, though? Let's go for Torchic. Like I said, I'm just going to chuck this in the PC and get my first pair when I can, really. Either way, first battle ever, and it's against a wild Poochyena. I believe it's level 2? No, level 3, my god. Alright, so we have 3 moves. We have Scratch, Growl, and Ember. We have our Stab move. How awesome is that? Level 5. This is, of course, a 6th generation game, technically. It's a 3rd gen story built in a 6th generation game, so we do in fact get our Stab move right at the very start, which I suppose is something. But it's also irrelevant. Everything about this bloody Torchic is irrelevant. Even its level. And there we go. So now that we've destroyed this Poochyena, we can finally talk to this guy. Now, as I said, basically, I do apologise if it's shaking a little bit. Like I said, this setup is so hodgepodge. Let me just explain to you what I've got at the moment. My DS is currently literally blue-tacked, that's right, blue-tacked, to a Doctor Who DVD box, right? Which that itself is blue-tacked to a table. Now, I've got a tripod with my camera on top of it, pointing at the screen. And that tripod is in between the DS and myself. Not only that, the camera is hooked up to my TV, so I can literally see what I'm recording on a big screen, which is awesome. But it's still so awkward, and oh my god, this Torchic is female. Oh my. That's quite strange, because the all-starters only have like a 12.5% chance of being female. How the hell do you spell this word? Is it E-way? I probably spelled this wrong. Grammar Nazis out there, right? Tell me how badly I've spelt this word wrong. Alright, this Torchic's name is irrelevant. And of course, I guarantee I've spelt this wrong. There we go. Alrighty, Roo. So basically, we've now got to go find May. And she's up in a couple of routes. So right up at route 103. Interesting. No even number routes, unfortunately. gotta love those even number routes. All that matters. Alright, so let's mosey on up yonder. And there we go, first route. So, if I remember correctly, you always get a wild Pokemon in this grass. Always. So let's see. Yeah, there we are. We were 3 steps in. Last time I did this, thought it was a Wurmple. It's another Wurmple. Maybe it's always a Wurmple. I don't know. Because I know in Pokemon X and Y, you always get a level 3 Pidgey right at the very start. Like, fact. There's nothing you can do about it. So maybe they did the same thing. And maybe we always get a Wurmple. Alright, let's head through here and up yonder. Now, we can access the PC now that we've got to a Pokemon Center. However, like I said, you need the Pokedex to access the Pokebank, which is never fun. However, this guy's going to show us around town a little bit. And he's going to say, that's the Pokemart where you can buy stuff like Pokeballs, potions, etc. And he's going to give us some potions. Now, he actually gives us 10 potions. That coupled with the one that you start with, we have 11 potions. That is a bit overkill, especially for the start of the game. Now there we go, this is the Pokemon Center. Everyone knows what a Pokemon Center does. You can heal up and access the PC, which is a grand old time. But we don't care about that nonsense. We need to head up yonder and find May, because we need to get this bloody tutorial over with. Alright, it's mosey on up here, and there she is, with the Pond of Destiny. Oh, there's the pond from the very beginning of the game. That's continuity there for you. Pokemon has continuity, who knew? Alright, let's see, Route 1 of 3, I found this Pokemon, and that Pokemon, and this Pokemon, and nobody cares, May. Fight me one-on-one, bitch. Wow. Maybe that's it? Oh, she's so nice, because I'm the douchebag rival. Oh my god, my mind blown. That is why all the, oh, of course, it all makes sense now. We're the douchebags. All the rivals from 3rd generation onwards are always really nice, because we're the douchebags. That is fact. Alright, basically, you're always going to fight your rival's Pokemon, and they're going to pick the one who's super effective to you. So I've got a Torchic, she's got a Mudkip. Now, even though it's level 5, and it does know, like, I think it's Water Gun, the AI is programmed not to use it, because if it did, it'd kill me in one hit, which is never good. And of course we've got the billions of potions which that guy gave us, so there's literally not much chance of losing this fight. However, this Mudkip is a bit of a tank. Let's quickly use a potion and heal up our irrelevant Torchic. Did I spell that word right? My money's on no. Alright, so it's going to go for yet another tackle. This is all pointless. This is literally pointless. This Pokemon is going to go straight in the bank after this fight. Oh well, the tutorial is necessary. I do apologise about the noise. There is a dude who lives in the... I just lost! Oh, I'm going to blame the guy who lives in the flat above me. I really am. And I blacked out. Alright, so I'm going to cut ahead till I actually win that fight. Finally, she goes down. Well, that was embarrassing to say the least, but it is unfortunately very possible, especially when you go up against a massive tank of a Mudkip. Do you like Mudkips? Do I? Hell! It's also getting quite difficult not to swear. I'm British, we swear all the time. Alas, this is the internet, and I might get shouted at. So, now that May's beat, we can mosey on straight out of Ordale Town, Ordella. Like I said, I don't know this place very well, I do apologise. And back to Little Root. And there is something very good waiting for us at Little Root. Something that has basically been the entire point of this video. That bloody Pokedex. So, let's mosey on into the Pokemon Lab. And talk to Professor Birch. And there he is. The square-faced freak of nature. I do actually like Professor Birch, I tell a lie. I may be like saying bad things about him, but to be honest, he's alright. Look at that face. He's a lovable old chap, little tubby little git. And anyway, he's going to tell us about go outside and get a lot of Pokemons, which we don't care about, because this... And Pokeballs! Irrelevant balls, as I like to call them. Only handy on the off chance that I may run into a shiny, which is incredibly unlikely. However, this Pairlocke has already given me a shiny. That's true, I've gained a shiny from doing this Pairlocke. Basically, all my pairs I've already bred. I've already hatched like loads of eggs and got them up to level 5. And they're all in the Pokebank waiting. And in the process, I brooded a Murkrow over Ditto just to get level 5 one, and it came out as a bloody shiny! So I have a purple Murkrow named Black, ironically. So yeah, that is what I gained from doing this Pairlocke. So yeah, it's already been worthwhile. Gotta love those shinies. Alrighty, so we can very quickly... No, we can't very quickly. We can very quickly shut May up. Seriously, May, leave me the hell alone. Although she did give us the Dex Nav. That's quite a nice item. It's basically put a map at the bottom of the screen, and it's very good for... Basically, we can tiptoe up on random Pokemon and catch some quite rare stuff, which is always grand. But we're not going to be catching anything because I don't catch anything in this. Oh dear, be quiet, May. So there we go, that's a tail of a little, what's it called, Poochiana, which will actually know either Thunderfang, Firefang or Icefang, and actually depends on what Pokemon you picked. Nice fact, so since I picked Torchic, if I remember correctly, that means it'll know Icefang. Don't quote me on that though. But I'm not going to bother. So, here we are in Odell Town, finally, and let's head to the PC and head to the Pokebank to get our first pack, and it's going to be so fun! So, back in a sec. So, here we are in the Pokebank, and here are all the pairs that I have bred, ready and waiting for the chance to be picked out of a hat. But the ones that I am looking for are these, Vullaby and Rufflet, named Total and Biscuit, after the, one of my favourite YouTubers, I do have to say. And there we go, Total and Biscuit are indeed in box 1, and let's head back to the game. And here they are, my new Vullaby, and put him in there, and Rufflet. Let's switch him up with Irrelevant, and there we have it, all done and dusted. So now that we have our starter pair, that is it. Prologue over, we can begin the Pairlocke, all in the next episode. So, have a brilliant new year, and I will see you next time. Bye! Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.